Welcome back. Issues at Hand, WBS TV. Peter Kivazo with the Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Honorable Ruth Nankabirwa. Honorable Nankabirwa, one, are you adding on the stock on the lakes?
Well, I don't want to dig one hole to fill another. I'll end up having a hole. I have good plans of stocking the lakes, but my major problem is if I stocked today, you who is having a kokota now, will you not remove this baby fish? So I am now in talks with local governments to really assure me that they will take part of the protection of these water bodies which are situated in their constituencies, so that when I stock, I will know that that fish will mature and it will reproduce and it will be captured at...
Honorable, don't you have special quarantine breeding areas?
We do.
Can't you use those to stock?
We don't need to stock LPAs, lacustrine protected areas. Those are naturally productive, okay? Those reproduce. You just need to protect them. Don't disturb them. Even if they have one fish, it will reproduce very quickly. But we have areas, for example, in the Crater Lakes, we have about 53 Crater Lakes. I have already talked to the local governments there. Lubirizi, for example, I was in discussion with the Speaker of Lubirizi District. They have assured me that they will protect. Already, they are doing enforcement. You know, I gave letters to the Nankabirwa, some of the Nankabirwa people, the Speaker, Lubirizi, the councillors, and some people. They're doing enforcement. And I have plans to stock or restock their small lakes. But for a big lake like Lake Victoria, which has, I don't know how many districts, Mukono, Busia, Kalangala, Buvuma, Buyikwe, and all those, we really need to agree that we are going to get involved in protection of this lake so that when we stock, we shall let the fish grow, and then we use good nets to capture the required size. Okay?
Honorable, talk about the Nankabirwa boys before I take the calls, because I've been told of the mighty and powerful Nankabirwa boys that can make and unmake you.
Well, they are there. And for me, I don't want to lament. Peter, I am not a person who sits down and laments.
Who are these boys? Are they within the... They are not like we used to have the Revenue Anti-Smuggling Unit. Are they a legal property, or have you created a militia of your own?
I am not using government money to maintain these good Ugandans and volunteers whom I have assigned duties to help police and help government. Peter, even you as a Ugandan, you are free to arrest if you have an officer who can help you arrest a person without injuring you. The Penal Code talks about it. Any Ugandan is responsible for helping.
So who are these?
They are cadres I send. I send cadres.
Who pays them?
Wow. First of all, the Fish Act has a provision where they get money from. Like URA, you impound a vehicle, you take it to court, fines are paid, you are entitled to not less than 50%. Secondly, I'm a very good mobilizer. I started by companies, processing factories, you know, they gave me support, BDCO and all that. I bought life jackets and I'm grateful to them. In the communities themselves, there are people who have given us their engines and boats, like General Katumba Wamala was doing in police when he was mobilizing money to buy vehicles to help police and all that. They are genuine Ugandans who want me to really solve the problems of illegal fishing. They are there. And instead of sitting in the office and lamenting, because we are 5 staff at the headquarters, the DFOs, have joined the illegalities. The BMUs, the beach management units have joined the illegalities. So we sit and lament. I am not a lamenter. I use anybody who...
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, your name, question or comment?
My name, I'm calling Mr. Katsigo, I'm calling from Mukono.
Yes, Robinson.
Yes, I have a problem with that, honorable speaking. Because in one of the places, we could call it animal in the district, this place are moving, collecting money from people, and there's a big market there. Where they sell the small fish in that open market, what is doing about it?
Where they sell the fish is an open market. What do they do about it? Thank you. We'll take possibly 2 or 3 more calls, and Honorable will be able to respond to all of you. Honorable, talk about this guy. This guy says, let me take this one as well. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
How are you? Good evening.
Your name, question or comment?
Yes, I want to welcome Honorable Ruth Nankajira Sentamu and everything. But I would like to ask her, how is she helping with this water hyacinth? Because when you reach like an area in Kenya, the place is really with that water hyacinth. How is she helping us really to calm it down? Are they going to spread chemicals? What does she have in plan for?
Thank you. The water hyacinth, I'll add that to Wafula Moses here. Wafula Moses says, Honorable, you're talking about fishing. The greatest danger to fishing is actually pollution. Kabaka's Lake would give you fish in Kampala. It is all polluted. Luzira is polluted by the big companies that you're saying are donors to you. What are you doing about this? In Jinja, the pollution is from the biggest industries. And this is a greater danger to fish than even Kokota. Yes, Honorable.
Okay, thank
please.
you very much. One guy from Mukono, I don't know what his question was. He talked about the open markets, fish being...
He says, what are you doing about the open market where they sell the young fish? That is actually the problem.
Can you imagine? Mukono district has a district fisheries office. And they have leaders there. But it has to be Nankabirwa from Entebbe to go and do enforcement in Muchiko market.
No, when she's talking to Nankabirwa, she's talking to government.
It is a collective responsibility, and I want to urge my colleagues from Mukono to go in that market, Chiko. I've been informed about it, I've not gone there, but I'm planning to go there. But let them help me and go there first, before I move on to impound the fish of the poor women in that market. It is a collective responsibility. Then about the water hyacinth. This falls in the Ministry of Water and Environment. But even in my department, we have a project which is funded by Egyptian government. We have some machinery which we use to harvest the water hyacinth. But majorly the leading ministry here is the Ministry of Water and Environment. And I'm sure we have been trying to weed out the weed to what its level is currently. But this is something we have to do continuously. Mr. Wafula also
yes,
raised the issues of pollution. Still, this is under 2 ministries. One, the Ministry of Environment, but 2, the Ministry of Trade. I understand and I've seen factories that are at the lake shores, and yet we have to leave about 200 meters inside the waters and also protect, because much of the lake shores are breeding areas for the fish. So if you construct your industry at the shores, you are disorganizing the breeding areas. But we are handling this. It requires a lot of sensitization. In Busoga, for example, most of the people are digging up to the lake shores. They are planting duma, you know, and all the soils go into the water. Sometimes you see browny water when it rains. That means we are reducing on the breeding area, and so we are we are contributing to the depletion of the lakes. So it is
Very
very
finally.
wide.
Very finally, with a camera in your face, to the communities that do fishing, talk to them in a minute as their minister.
First of all, I want to thank those communities which have come out to join my efforts to make sure that we have the fish for the future, for ourselves and the future generations. To those who are still sleeping, who are still condoning illegalities, they have a rope tied around their necks, and very soon they will choke and they will die. So I beg you to join me in making sure that we protect this natural resource, and that Uganda is blessed to be one country that has majority of the water bodies having natural water with very delicious fish, which has market in Europe and beyond. Please appreciate this and make sure that together we fight the menace of illegal fishing.
Thank you very much, Honorable, and thank you very much, viewers. I see a lot of messages that I couldn't read on the show. Some of them talking about Nankaviwa boys, some of them are giving me names, but the interaction continues. The fishing industry is certainly a huge industry that, if tapped right, can make great strides in this country. If tapped wrong, can send us under. Till we meet on Friday on The Face Off, good night.